CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And back to St. Louis, there's Herm Edwards in his first year as head coach of the KC Chiefs. Very much picked up as this whole organization by the play in the recent weeks. The Chiefs winning 2 straight, scoring 30 or more in each of those 2 wins. And across the way, Scott Linehan, the new head coach, first-year guy with the Rams, doing a terrific job. He too has a 4-3 team, and he's looking to get back in that win track today and keep a share of first place in the NFC West with Seattle. Indoor stadium at the Edward Jones Dome, perfect playing conditions. And there is Damon Huard, the 10-year veteran, who before stepping in for the injured Trent Green had not thrown a pass in an NFL game. I guess he'd thrown 1 in the previous 5 years. So he's been on the shelf, but certainly was ready when called on.
Oh, you would never guess it's been that long since this guy's thrown a meaningful or any pass in the NFL. The way he's played in the 6 games that he started, he has proven to this coaching staff for the Chiefs, his teammates, and anybody who had any doubt that he can definitely play over an extended period of time and play very well.
Lawrence Tynes is ready to kick off, and the deep man is Tony Fisher, ready to receive now for the Rams. Fisher, a 6-year veteran out of Notre Dame. They've had some injury problems with their return game. Tynes is having a good year. He can hit it from long distance. He beat San Diego 2 weeks ago with a 53-yard field goal. He is into the opening kickoff. Here's Fisher at the 11. 20. And he gets it out to the 28-yard line. So the Rams will start with a good starting position. As we look at the offensive line of the Rams, Orlando Pace, the left tackle, a 7-time Pro Bowl player. He'll be blocking the blind side of quarterback Mark Bulger, who comes in with the 2nd highest quarterback rating in the league right now behind Peyton Manning. Orlando Pace is the guy on the left side, lots of experience next to him in Todd Stussy. Go-to runner is Steven Jackson for the Rams. Great wide receivers, a rookie tight end. And here is Mark Bulger. 12 touchdown throws this season, just 1 interception. Here's Jackson. Jackson gets it to the 30, and the Chiefs close quickly. Kavika Mitchell, the middle backer, made the stop. So look at the Chiefs. Tamba Ali, a first-year player from Penn State, top draft choice, a very productive rookie, 3.5 sacks. He's forced 4 fumbles. In the middle, Kavika Mitchell leads the attack there. The secondary, those 4 guys between them have 148 career interceptions. Here's a handoff to Jackson, and he drives hard, gets to about the 34-yard line on a 2nd and 8. Bring up 3rd and 6.
You know, Don, you come out and you see the Rams with all those skill position players on the outside. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Mark Bulger calling the signals. And what do? They come right out and try to establish a run with that guy right there. Steven Jackson, pound him up the middle 2 times in a row, because they know if they establish him with the Kansas City Chiefs defense, they're going to get the kind of coverage they're looking for on the outside.
Well, they bring in Fisher, who catches the ball well as Bulger goes into the shotgun. He needs 4 on 3rd down. Incognito converted from guard to center, gives in the snap, and here is the throw, and it's going to be very close, and it looks like the Rams do have a 1st down as the 13-year veteran Isaac Bruce makes a good play, going low to catch the ball. Ty Law gets him down for the Chiefs, but it is a 1st down for the Rams.
Not a great throw by Mark Bulger right there, but Isaac Bruce, number 80, showing that 13 years in the league has done nothing to decrease his flexibility. Look, he goes down low, out in front of him, makes that catch, does a super job of knowing where the 1st down marker is, moving the chains for the St. Louis Rams on their first drive.
Bulger setting his team now at the 39-yard line with a 1st down. Here is Jackson in a good defensive play. Tamba Ali, the 1st-round pick out of Penn State, beating the block, making the stop. There's no gain.
You're going to see number 91, Tamba Ali, off the left side of your screen right there. Watch the play. He just beats inside, does a great job of setting up with the outside move and slaps inside. Makes the play on Steven Jackson in the backfield. Patrick Surtain, the veteran quarter, told us, Tamba Ali, this guy is an animal. He's got a nonstop motor. He just keeps making plays.
6'3", 275, productive right away. That the Chiefs thought he would be. Here's a marker down as a nice throw by Bulger, and it's out to the 45-yard line, short of a 1st down to Sean McDonald, but a marker down. Watching the practice Friday here in St. Louis, Steve, you don't see quarterbacks, and you played in the league 17 years, throw the ball better than Bulger did. He was absolutely on the mark with every throw.
Defense number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And they got Tamba Hali on the offsides there. Little antsy, little jumpy there before the snap. Mark Bulger's been around long enough to know. You'll see the flinch right here. Mark Bulger been around long enough to know that when you're at home, that cadence is a huge advantage for the offense, especially with a young, aggressive defensive lineman like Tamba Hali. But yeah, you said it right, though. Mark Bulger whips that ball around inside at the practice facility here in the games, as well as anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, he just looked outstanding. I mean, making throws all over the field into coverage, hitting everyone. Here's Bulger now swinging the ball out nicely. And Jackson comes near side and drives across midfield. And he's down to the 49-yard line of the Chiefs. It's another first down for the Rams, a 7-yard gain on the play before the strong safety 29 Sammy Knight got him.
You know, Don, there are some things I miss about playing. I'd love to be out there on the field, but I would not want to be in Sammy Knight's shoes right there with number 39 Steven Jackson coming at you. That is a big man who is hard to get down, and Sammy Knight knows he's the only one between him and the goal line. Does a great job of running him out of bounds. But Steven Jackson won the battle.
But the Rams drive on. First down. Here's Bulger with a good play fake, looking to go over the top. Nobody open, swings it near side. And here is Jackson, who's looking to hit somebody when he gets the ball. Ty Law was the guy he hit. But another good gain inside the Chiefs' 35-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, Steve.
Good solid read by Mark Bulger right there, knowing up the field nothing's there. And that's how you get so efficient as a quarterback. And this is what coaches look for. They want quarterbacks who know when it's right to take a shot, when it's not the right time to do it. Look at the quarterback rating right there. Mark Bulger, number 2 in the league. His opponent today, Damon Hewitt, pretty good as well. But 1 interception for each of these guys today. Very smart, but they will take their chances up the field as well.
It looked like Bulger was looking to do that the last time, but he had to swing it out. Nobody was open. Jackson runs now straight ahead. At this game, Steve, very much could come down to who runs it better, Jackson or Johnson.
Well, it's going to come down to that because it always does in the NFL. You've got to be able to run the football, and defensively you've got to be able to stop the run. But the Rams, there's no doubt what they're trying to do right now. Steven Jackson has touched the ball on every single play with the exception of the 1 third down conversion to Isaac Bruce. But Steven Jackson's caught the ball in the backfield already. He's pounded the ball up on the inside. They want the Kansas City Chiefs thinking about number 39. I think it's to set up something up the field a little later on in this ball game.
Now Stephen Davis, a guy you handed off to him many times at Carolina's the eye back. He gets the ball. Davis takes it down to the 30-yard line. A gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. And so with Kendall Bell making the stop, it brings up 3rd down and long, 3rd and about 8. Tony Fisher goes back in. It's the opening drive of the game after the Rams took the opening kickoff and started at their 28-yard line.
And the 3rd down guy for the St. Louis Rams this year has been Isaac Bruce, number 8. The Chiefs know it. Patrick Surtain told us yesterday he's who they go to. 3rd down situation.
Bulger against a blitz, and they get him. A terrific play coming as Jared Allen, like he shot out of a gun from the right defensive end. Then move him around, and Allen gets in there, and Bulger didn't even have time, Steve, to look downfield.
Well, this is a little roll to the right-hand side. The one place in a called rollout by the quarterback that should be secure is the side that he's rolling to. The backside guy a lot of times comes free, but there was a huge breakdown on the right side of the Rams offensive line. Tight end, running back. Someone was supposed to seal that outside for Mark Bulger to get outside.
You come with pressure, and defensive end Jared Allen makes the play, and so the Rams have to punt. Here's the ball hit downfield by Matt Turk. And they'll let it hop, and the Rams, with a very good special teams play, will down the ball inside the 5-yard line of Kansas City. 38-yard punt, but it's down inside the 5, so the Chiefs get the ball with the long field to go. We're back at St. Louis. Don Criqui with Steve Berline. Chiefs get the ball for the first time today with Damon Hewitt at quarterback after the Rams punt was down to the 2-yard line. Larry Johnson protecting the ball.
Sorry, Don.
We look now at the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Damon Hewitt, career backup, but in his career in the NFL, he's 9-3 as a starter, 4-2 at Kansas City. offensive line, and keys around Will Shields, 11 straight years a Pro Bowl player. Johnson, the go-to runner. Gonzalez, one of the best tight ends perhaps ever in the NFL. He'll be a factor today. 2 straight 100-yard receiving games for Tony Gonzalez. Now Mike Carey throws a flag. And
False start. Offense, number 89. Half the distance to the second.
now let's take a look at the Rams defensive unit. Little, very good coming off the edge as a pass rusher. Middlebacker Witherspoon's the key guy there. Chiller's a good blitzer. And there's the defensive secondary, not the experience that the Chiefs have. Rams have struggled defensively the past 2 games. Handoff. Johnson. Nothing happening in the middle of the Rams defense. Rick Venturi, the assistant head coach and linebacker coach for the Rams, told me at the practice Friday, he said, if we don't at least slow down Larry Johnson, it's the end of the story. There's no page 2 of what we go to. Well, we've got to slow him down.
This game so far, Don, has gone exactly the way the St. Louis Rams would like it to go. They got the Kansas City Chiefs backed up, and Herman Edwards said, we want to deliver the first blow of this ball game, kind of get the crowd out of it. Being backed up in your own end zone early, have a penalty, that's not the way they wanted to start this ball game out.
This is 3rd down and 8. The run, and here is a good run. A first down run and a lot more as Johnson's on the fly down the far sideline. They'll finally get him as he finally is taken out of bounds all the way out at the 43-yard line. A run up on the play of about 41 yards.
Now that is exactly what the doctor ordered there, Don. Herman Edwards breathing a little easier. Now look at the right side of the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. Kyle Turley and Will Shields blocking down, and had Chris Wilson, number 84, leading up inside for Larry Johnson, and the rest is history. You give this guy a seam, he hits it and he's gone. He may not have the breakaway speed, but he's going to hit the hole, and he's going to make you pay if you make a mistake.
And they actually spotted him out of bounds. It's all the way out to the 48-yard line. So a huge 3rd down run by Larry Johnson. Now Michael Bennett, who's expected to get more carries than usual for the Chiefs, to spell Johnson a little bit. I mean, Johnson with a team record 39 carries this week.
Well, let's look back at this big run we just saw from that man, Larry Johnson. Right here, you're going to see the whole right side of the offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs blocked down. And then you're going to have the lead block by the motion back right there on the outside, kicking outside, creating that big hole for Larry Johnson to get into. And the rest is history. He makes you pay when you give him that opportunity.
That was Larry Johnson's longest run of the season. And what a time it came at. 3rd and long from the 2-yard line. Michael Bennett runs again. That'll bring up 3rd and about 4 as the ball is down to the Rams 46-yard line. Cornerback Travis Fisher on the stop.
Well, it's nice, Don, when you have the luxury of a running back there in Larry Johnson, and he has established himself as a legitimate every down back. But when he busts one out of your own end zone from 3rd and 8, gets you that first down, now they're in a much more desirable 3rd and 4 situation where they can get into their playbook a little bit.
Last week, of course, the Rams run defense was torn apart by San Diego. Here's a throw and almost a pick. Coming on the fly was Fakir Brown. Ewart shooting at Sammy Parker, but the rush was put on. Coakley coming hard, and the Chiefs will now punt the ball.
And you're going to see right there from the right side of the screen, that was number 94, Victor Adeyanju for the St. Louis Rams. We got a hand right there on Damon Huard. Just threw him off a little bit, made that ball sail a little bit on him. Don't know whether it would have been a completion, but that is more than enough to throw the quarterback's rhythm and timing and accuracy off. Very good play by Adeyanju.
Dustin Colquitt ready to punt. Puts the left foot into it. A high punt. Well done. Dane Looker backpedaling, will fair catch the ball. He pummels the ball. The Chiefs have it at the 15-yard line. So in the renewal of the Battle of the Show Me State, the first big blow is struck by the special teams of the Chiefs. That booming high punt by Colquitt, and the normally sure-handed Dane Looker had it tear him off him.
Well, the muff by Dane Looker right there. His nightmare is Herman Edwards' fantasy boy right there. He was talking yesterday about how they had to get some turnovers, work their way, give the offense a short field to work with, try and take this crowd out of it. There's no reason for Dane Looker to miss that punt. He can catch that thing in his sleep. Nobody's near him. He's in perfect position. The ball just goes right through his arms. He got a little bit lazy maybe, and the Kansas City Chiefs were right there to take advantage of it. They got first down from the 14-yard line. What could be better for the Kansas City Chiefs right now than that?
Yeah, their offense was off the field for about 20 seconds. Right back out. First and 10, just inside the Rams 15. Heward with double receivers to the right. Johnson again trying the middle. The Witherspoon fills again the middle backer.
Well, Coach Herman Edwards told us yesterday that there are 4 keys that he has when you're on the road. Number 1, you can't get down early. Number 2, you must be able to run the ball. But number 3, right here, look at that. You can't turn the ball over. And number 4, the defense must create field position for your offense. Well, he meant defense and special teams must create field position. That is exactly what happened right there for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're in good position.
This is second down and 10. Draw play. Johnson. He's down to the 7-yard line. It'll bring up third and about 3. Been a long time since the Chiefs have beaten a team with a winning record on the road. Dexter Coakley makes the stop. Outside backer for the Rams. City of St. Louis, though, still in celebration over the great year of the Cardinals. And right now, their Rams are up against it.
Now that's Larry Johnson coming right at you, right into your living room, and that's an impressive sight. I'll tell you, the Kansas City Chiefs with Damon Heward have been very efficient in the red zone. They're scoring touchdowns 64% of the time they get down here.
Johnson's a touchdown maker, scored 4 last week. And that enormous performance when he rushed for 155 yards in the win over Seattle. And really, the Chiefs helped out the Rams a lot by beating Seattle.
They sure did, and the Rams will take that kind of help. We got a player down on the field. That ball, Larry Johnson needed to get across the 5-yard line. It looks like it's Waters, the left guard, Brian Waters. They cannot afford to lose big number 54 up front.
So while Brian is attended to, there's a timeout on the field. No score, but the Chiefs are challenging. St. Louis, where unfortunately Brian Waters is still down, left guard for the Chiefs. Apparent leg injury, as the Chiefs are now challenging after recovering a fumbled punt. Dane Looker couldn't handle it. Chiefs got it. And now they're down close to the goal line in the scoreless game.
Here's a look at the injury, and I tell you, if you don't like looking at these things, you're going to get a good view of what happens to his knee, and we hope for the best for Brian Waters. But you're going to see at the end of the play a couple bodies come flying in. He's on the left side of your screen, number 54, pushing in right there, and that right knee gets caved in a very bad, very awkward position. And you obviously hope for the best, but there's no doubt what's hurting right now, and they look very concerned on the field about being careful with that right knee because you just don't know the extent. But big number 54, he's not going to stay down if he can get back up. And I think if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you're going to be a little bit concerned as to his health.
Terrific guy. Talked at the meeting about how important it is to play well, if you remember, the Chiefs offensive line, just to uphold the tradition, being the other guard from a great player, a future Hall of Famer like Will Shields.
You're exactly right. He mentioned what an honor it is to play offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. Their great tradition of offensive linemen and how much he's learned from the 11-time Pro Bowler Will Shields. The two of them have back-to-back gone to Pro Bowls the last 2 seasons. They've established themselves as 2 of the best guards in the NFL. And you hate to see it happen, especially me as a former quarterback. Those big boys work so hard, and they sell out for you every time. Trent Green knows that you can see the concern in his eyes, and they know what a key part to their team and their success Brian Waters is. And we can only hope that number 54, it comes back good news, and he'll be able to take a couple weeks off and get back out there and help them out make their run toward the end of the season.
Chris Bober is his backup. Here's how the Chiefs got this field position. They were deep in their own end. And then Larry Johnson busted out from the 3-yard line with a 45-yard run. Then they stalled. Then they punted. And the short-handed Dane Looker had the ball carom off his chest. And the Chiefs were on it. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Rams. Now they're measuring. It looks like they'll be 4th and inches. So they got the first down. 1st and goal now for the Chiefs inside the 5-yard line of St. Louis.
And it wasn't by much. It was by about one of Herman Edwards' hairs. He didn't have much hair on his head. So Dane Looker right there probably just hoping and praying that something good will happen for his team. He feels guilty for it. I know that feeling. I've been there. Not a good feeling. Just hoping your defense can rise to the challenge. Chiefs obviously hoping to take advantage of the opportunity.
Well, the main opportunist is probably 27. Larry Johnson way back. The deep back behind Heward. Johnson taken down at the 4. Good run defense by the Rams. The Rams talking about how you've got to watch the cutback runs. That's what really hurt them last week when they were torn apart by Tomlinson of the Chargers. He had 183 yards rushing. After the game, Marty Schottenheimer said the Rams defense might be too fast. They get to the ball too quickly and cut back against him.
Yeah, and they're even faster here in the dome. And Jim Haslett, he knows the challenge he's got trying to shut down number 27. That was a good job on that last play by Jimmy Kennedy, Larry Johnson's former teammate, making a big stand-up play.
2nd and goal. No score. Johnson. Close, but not in. A lot of leg drive. Johnson is 6'1", 230, the son of the defensive line coach of Penn State. Very physical runner. He runs with an attitude, as you know, Steve. He's looking to hit somebody.
He considers himself, and people say, how can you hold up carrying the ball 39 times like last week? The most carries in the NFL in a long time, 39 carries in one game. Do you hold up? Can your body take that? He said, hey, listen, when I run, I deliver the blow. I don't take the hit, I deliver it.
Number
So I
76.
put more pressure on the defense.
Eligible receiver.
And he can also catch the ball. Larry Johnson, he has 27 receptions this year. Johnson again, he's down close, and he looks to be, is he in? Here's the signal, yes. The Chiefs are on the board, and a power dive by Larry Johnson.
And what a great luxury for the Kansas City Chiefs to have a running back where everybody in the stadium knows that this guy's going to carry the load from 5 yards and in. And he gets it 3 straight carries, and the last carry right here, what you'll just see as he hits in the line of scrimmage. There's good contact right there, but look at the leg drive, pushing forward, getting that big body, leaning forward, no doubt. Tony Gonzalez knew it, number 88 right there. He knew he got across the goal line. Touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And Lawrence Tynes on the field now for the extra point, which is up and good. So with 2:14 left to play in the first quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs jump on a turnover, and soon after are in the end zone. Larry Johnson on the payoff end, his 11th touchdown of the season. Power run by Larry Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the season. Capitalizing on a turnover, a fumbled punt by the Rams, and it's 7-0. There are the Chiefs kicking off now. Tynes booms the ball. Tony Fisher from a couple yards deep. 15 and 20, and out to about the 23 or 4 yard line as like the ball almost came free again. So with Bulger at quarterback, the Rams might be throwing when we come back to St. Louis in a moment. With back to St. Louis in a moment.
That's the end of the first.
Second shot, and a year later the Chiefs routed the Rams 49-10 as Dante Hall had 2 touchdown returns. And whenever they play, the Chiefs and the Rams on the line is the Governor's Cup, an object of much pride here in the Show Me State.
It is. I'll tell you, these players don't need any extra motivation, but if they do, you can always throw that one on the pile of things to get excited about as well. You know, anytime there's something to play for, players get excited about it.
The Governor's Cup. Right now, it is 3rd down coming up, and a long 4, almost 5. Ball position for the Rams just across, right at their 40. Bulger back in the shotgun. He is 5 of 5 throwing for 40 yards, but most of them have been short throws. Deep stuff's been covered. Bulger with a good fake, again goes for it, and it's a drop, and now there's a penalty marker thrown in the secondary of the Chiefs. Jackson was the intended target.
And I think we're going to get some kind of holding or illegal contact up the field, maybe on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Before the pass, holding. Defense number 20. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That was Benny Sack.
Correction, 23.
23, that would be
Surtain.
Patrick Surtain, yeah. I think he was matched up on Torrey Holt on that play, and on the initial escape from the line of scrimmage, with both of these guys agreed, was a key part to getting open. As you look at the stats right there, 0 passing yards for the Kansas City Chiefs. But they're doing a good job containing this high-powered Rams offense.
The big stat, the 1 turnover in the game. Here's a good throw by Bulger as he gets it out. And it goes to the near side to the very fast Kevin Curtis, a rising player with his 19th catch of the year. A 9-yard gain on the play. Surtain on the tackle.
But as we've seen, Don, the Rams and Mark Bulger more than content to take the dump off to Steven Jackson, make the Chiefs make the tackle. But Herman Edwards told us that's exactly what they want. His defense wants to keep the ball in front of them. Don't let them get the big plays up the field. They've got to come up and make the tackles, and their tackling has been excellent so far today.
It has been very sharp. Alignment and execution, the keys to defense. And here is Jackson with a stutter step, and he has a first down for the Rams down to about the Chiefs' 43-yard line. Coming up on the Sprint halftime report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Quarterback Damon Huard, when he's on the field for the Chiefs and having so much success as a backup, he attributes a lot of his success to Dan Marino when he played behind him in Miami. He said he helped me more than anybody. He was my mentor. I learned the game from him.
You know, he said so many good things about Dan Marino. You almost wonder if he was lying at the side of his mouth there. Nobody can be that great. But no, he gave Dan a lot of credit for his development as a young quarterback.
First down for the Rams, who trail by 7. Bulger. Big rush. Ball on the field. It's a live ball, and the Chiefs have it. Did they keep it? They did. So the Rams with a second turnover. Jared Allen put the heat on, coming on that pass rush so quick off the corner, and he got Bulger and freed the ball. So the Chiefs playing some terrific big play defense. They have the ball in the 7-0 lead.
This doesn't work.
New without a trace after a new cold case CBS tonight.
We got to look there at Mark Bulger, and he knows he's got to get rid of that football. They've been so good this year in turnover differential, 3rd in the NFL, but -2 today. Herm Edwards has got to be happy with that.
Here is Huard. Long ball flies. Parker's out there, and he has it. Sammy Parker's 22nd catch of the year is huge. A 43-yard gain.
That ball could not have been thrown any better than Damon Huard threw that ball. I don't care if Dan Marino's throwing this ball or Brett Favre or Peyton Manning. Look at this ball on the money to Sammy Parker. It was actually pretty darn good coverage by Akir Brown, but the ball was delivered right on the money. Sammy Parker doing a great job of concentrating, looking that ball in. Big play for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're knocking on the door again.
Looking to capitalize on another turnover. Here's an end zone throw, and it's easy for Tony Gonzalez with the throw from Huard. And Gonzalez with his second touchdown of the year. So now 2 turnovers in the game by the Rams, and the Chiefs utilize both to score touchdowns.
You know, this is a Chiefs team that's had a lot of trouble on the road, and that's one of the biggest mindsets that Herm Edwards wants to get after and change, but they are playing fired up today. And can you tell me how Tony Gonzalez, one of the very best tight ends in the history of the game, can have nobody within 10 yards of him on a goal line pass play?
Yeah, he was out there by himself. Here's Tynes with the point after. So Damon Huard, a happy guy as he sees Gonzalez haul it in for a score. There's the throw, and he knew it was on the money. Tony Gonzalez with his 58th career touchdown as a Kansas City Chief. And it was easy as Huard threw it to him wide open in the end zone. So 2 turnovers now by the Rams, and the Chiefs taking the ball subsequently in for touchdowns. The kick return now coming back downfield and moving smartly is Kevin Curtis. And it will be another try for Bulger in the offense. Bulger coming off a great game last week, albeit a losing effort, which leads to +2 in touchdowns and a 14-0 lead. But Bulger can bring him back. Bulger was great at San Diego, but it was the Rams defense that couldn't stop the San Diego running game a week ago. How about the Giants and the Texans? JB has more on that.
Hey, Don and Steve. Well, it took a little while, but it finally happened. The league's rushing leader, Tiki Barber, on his 158 carry, takes it 16 yards to pay dirt, and it's the Giants on top of Houston at the Meadowlands, 7-0. Back to Don Criqui, Steve Berline.
Thanks, JB. What does Kiki Barber want to retire for? He's never been better. The guy's running to the Hall of Fame. Here's a handoff to Jackson. Ball on the field, and the Chiefs might have it again. The Chief arm was in there first. I don't know if they took it back from him.
There's no doubt they got that ball. When it rains, it pours for the St. Louis Rams today. 3 turnovers already today in the first half. And
boy, Coach Linehan, he wasn't expecting this.
No, not at all. And Herm Edwards, just with a doctor order, he told us yesterday, gave us a bunch of keys that had to happen for his team to win on the road. Every one of them is happening. Tackle well on defense, create turnovers on defense, get that short field for your offense, you know, take advantage of your opportunities, and everything that Coach Linehan wanted for the St. Louis Rams. He said, are you kidding me? You cannot be serious. Can't give these guys the ball back. His nightmare is definitely Herman Edwards' dream come true at this point.
Might have been Jared Allen who had the ball as Jackson fumbled it.
Jackson usually so reliable. That ball just popped right out of there.
So the Chiefs will look to hit on another turnover. Up 14-0. Ewert play faking over the top. Long ball to the end zone. The former Ram Kinnison going for the ball. The Falcons and the Lions at work today. And again, we go back to James Brown. James.
Well, with the Falcons trailing 10-0, guess who Michael Vick's favorite receiver is? Yep, the tight end Algie Crumpler of Vick's 11 touchdown tosses, 6 to that man there at 19 yards. So the Falcons draw within 3, 10-7 to the Lions. Back to Don and Steve.
Thanks, JB. I think Michael Vick's got a fastball, doesn't he?
Well, he's showing right there. You see how good they are running the football. He's showing that he now is able to torch it through the air as well.
He's become everything they expect him to be when he was drafted one. Here is a sack now by the Rams as Leonard Little gets his 6th sack of the year. Badly needed.
And this is exactly what Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, and Scott Linehan needed. Leonard Little right there, their sack leader who can really bring it off the edge. You're going to see him coming off that side there. Number 91 just runs right by number 76 for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's got to be Kyle Turley. He's playing right tackle, substituting in there for Kevin Sampson, normal right tackle.
That is just the 15th sack of the season for the Rams defense. Here's Johnson on a draw. He is tremendous as he beats a tackler with a move and then sprints down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 16 yards on the play. Chavis finally got him down.
And that was Jerome Carter shaking up on the play down in the field. Larry Johnson talked about delivering the blows. I think he delivered one right there, and Jerome Carter was the recipient, unfortunately. What's it like to catch Larry Johnson? Let's see. Oh.
So Jerome Carter, a second-year defensive back from Florida State, is attended to. A timeout on the field, and the Chiefs in the lead, 14-0. Hey. A third Ram turnover. The Chiefs drive stalls, and they send out Lawrence Tynes, kicking very well this year. 11 of 14 field goals. This will be a 42-yard attempt. His biggest field goal, of course, was the 53-yarder that beat the Chargers a couple of weeks ago.
And I like the third down call by the Kansas City Chiefs. So the draw play on 3rd and long, just to make it a little easier field goal for Tynes here.
Here is Tynes booming the ball downfield. That would have been good from 60. And the Chiefs on the road build their lead to 17-0. It was a Jackson fumble that led to this scoring play. Jackson, normally sure-handed, couldn't hold it. St. Louis Ram turnovers, and now the Kansas City Chiefs and Lawrence Tynes kick off again. A deep ball hit down, and it's going to go to the 2. Kevin Curtis. Very fast. He turns the corner, and Curtis is out to the 31-yard line. Well done on the return by Kevin Curtis. A very fleet return man out of Utah State. Tomorrow on CBS, CSI Miami goes on its wildest ride yet. Don't miss a new episode of Monday's #1 show, CSI Miami, tomorrow at 10, 9 Central on CBS, America's #1 network.
Well, now the Rams have it on. It's all on them now. Mark Bulger knows he got to do something to get his team back in this ball game, get this crowd pumped up again. You can hear a pin drop in here right now. It's just like the Kansas City Chiefs and Herm Edwards were talking about yesterday. It's exactly how they want the game to go.
Bulger 6 of 6 throwing. This is his first big downfield throw, and it's a beauty. What a piece of perfection as Isaac Bruce streaking the near sideline, and Bulger threads it in. Well, that's a big-time play. Steve, you were a Pro Bowl quarterback in this league. You can't throw it better than that, can you?
You really can't. That is a tough throw, and Mark Bulger had no hesitation, knew where he wanted to go. Greg Wesley comes over a little bit short, can't get there in time for Isaac Bruce to make the catch in a 32-yard gain. The Rams are going no huddle. Scott Linehan told us that we might see a little bit of this today as well to try and change the pace. This is a good time for it.
First big gainer of the day for the Rams on offense, and now they go to Jackson. You see both his arms on the ball after fumbling earlier. James Reed makes the stop. Herman Edwards said, though, he said, we have to win and beat a good team on the road. The Chiefs have won 4 of their last 5, really come back. I think the biggest story of the Chiefs this season is coming back at all from what happened to them at Pittsburgh. 45-7, 31-0 at the half. A lot of teams would fold up. They bounce back. Another throw. What a great throw and catch inside the 15-yard line. And again, Isaac Bruce makes the play. Wesley makes the stop, but now the Rams are challenging for the first time.
This is an absolutely amazing catch by Isaac. Look, he doesn't even see the ball until the last second. That ball was thrown poorly behind him by Mark Bulger. Threw it on timing. It was a little bit off a 23-yard gain. Completely due to the great effort by Isaac Bruce. Tremendous catch, finding that ball and pulling it in with one hand behind him.
That was outstanding. And here is a handoff. Jackson with a good move. Tries to beat it to the outside. And a good defensive play. Coming up was Greg Wesley, the free safety. Stop is made at the 10-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. A 2nd down and 7 for a first down. 2nd down and 10 for a touchdown. And the Rams badly need a touchdown.
They really do. A field goal here would be a disappointment. They come off the field with their heads down if they have to settle for a field goal. You got the ball down the field. You made a few good plays, and something's going wrong. Mark Bulger's going to take a timeout, but the Rams know they need to cash in.
St. Louis.
Mark Bulger, the quiet leader of the Rams, now has them moving on offense. I'm Cricky with Steve Berline back at St. Louis. Mark Bulger, the Rams quarterback, has completed all 8 of his passes for 104 yards, and yet his team is down by 17, a 17-0 score, because they've turned the ball over 3 times.
Well, most of his throws have gone as checkdowns to Steven Jackson. I think right here, the situation you need to look for, you're going to hopefully get a matchup for the Rams one-on-one with Torrey Holt. He's their touchdown guy, their go-to guy down here.
2nd and 7. Bulger looks. Another sideline throw this time, and that is Jackson, and he's not going to risk, Steve, another turnover. Both times on the ball every time now.
No doubt about it. And right there, really good job by the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm surprised the Rams haven't put Torrey Holt in a position where the Kansas City Chiefs cannot double team him. Right there, they had him singled up on the backside, single receiver. Very easy for Kansas City to take him out of the play by just putting safety over the top of the corner. You can't get the football into your one-on-one receiver if they're not playing one-on-one coverage. So the way to do it is to put him in a formation where they cannot double him, put him in the slot, put him in a bunch formation where they can find a way to get him the coverage they want.
Well, it was good for a first down the last play. So now the Rams down 17-0, go 1st and goal from the 2. Play fake. No, they give it to Jackson. He's to the goal line. Is he in? No signal from the linesman yet.
That was pretty close. It almost looked like from here that he got across that line, but
a lot of strange things go down at the bottom of that pile.
Oh, yeah.
You were once choked down there.
I've been scarred. I don't even want to talk about it.
It is a touchdown. The officials unpile him, and it shows that Jackson did indeed break the plane of the goal. So Linehan and his Rams finally with something to cheer about. They're down 17-6.
And Scott Linehan did not want to have to go to that 4th down decision. There's no doubt in my mind he would have gone forward on 4th down to try and get this crowd back into it. But fortunately for him, he didn't need to make that decision. Steven Jackson doing a great job of finding a way to get that ball into the end zone.
Jeff Wilkins to try the point after. Linehan must be thinking back to last week, Steve, when his team fell behind the Chargers 14-0 and went on to lose 38-24.
He does not want to have that happen here at home. That was in San Diego. A lot harder to come back when you're on the road. The Rams know at home here they can score points in a hurry. That was a great illustration right there.
Bulger coming in with the second best quarterback rating in the league, over 102, and it's gone up today. He's 9 of 9 throwing the ball for 112 yards. And the Rams are finally on the board, down 17-7. Here's Jackson cracking it in. Rams will kick off when we come back. All right, says Steve Jackson.
A rock can fill you.
Back to live action. Here's Dante Hall. The Rams are very wary of him after what he did in a previous meeting. Those 2 touchdown returns in that route win the last time they played. Dean Looker makes the stop. And the Chiefs go back on offense. Steve, let's look at that TD again. It was a delayed touchdown call.
I think the Rams are lucky that they ruled this a touchdown. There's really no angle to show whether he got across. There's too many bodies there, but fortunately for the Rams, he's in. I don't know if they would have been able to overturn it anyway. But
you see the football.
Steven Jackson was pretty excited after that touchdown. Just how excited was he? We saw he gave the referee a high five after the play.
You see that often. Here comes Damon Huard. So far, he's only thrown the ball 4 times today. He's completed 2 for 46 yards. But he's been a very good game manager. He's coming off his first career 300-yard game. That was a week ago in the win. It's 17 of 25 for 312 yards. Huard out of the University of Washington. Pitch back. Johnson, a very patient runner. They talked, Steve, about how he'll wait for his blocks to unfold. Never in a hurry. Very smart runner. And then he's got that burst when he sees the gap.
Everybody we talked to, whether they were from the St. Louis side of things or the Kansas City side of things, said the same thing when they talk about Larry Johnson. He's become so patient, waiting for his blocks to develop, setting them up. When you're a young running back and you're not the featured guy, you want to go out there and make a statement early. You get excited. You kind of force things. Well, now he knows he's the guy, and he's running like a vet, waiting for things to open up and then hitting it and making people pay the price.
It is 2nd down and 7. And again, Johnson waits and then accelerates. Doesn't get a lot as the tackle's made by outside backer Brandon Schiller. Last week, the Rams allowed a season worst 419 yards total offense to the Chargers.
Look how patient. You see Tony Gonzalez is out there in front of him. Larry Johnson waited until exactly the right time to cut behind that block. He let Tony get that thing stretched out wide, and then boom, right behind him. Not much, but that's what made it 4 yards instead of 1 or 2 yards. Play selection, look at that. Kansas City, 14 runs. This is right. They want to slow the game down, and that's how you do it.
Well, it's a good day to run the ball. Both teams have trouble stopping it. Here's a swing pass. And it is incomplete on 3rd down and 3. And Mike Carey's down there rules it was a forward pass, not a backward pass, which would have made it a live ball. But a good idea not to wait just to grab it and go in case it is a live ball.
Smart play by Corey Chavis picking that ball up, because I'll tell you, it was close enough to where I was wondering if that was a live ball up here. And Corey Chavis saying, hey, if we don't ask, we're never going to get an answer. Let's find out if they're going to give it to us.
Here's Dustin Colquitt into punt. He's the son of Craig Colquitt, who punted for 2 Steeler championship teams. They call the Colquitt, Steve, the first family of 4th down. That's from Pete Morris of the Chiefs. Here's the ball boomed high, and coming up on it at the 33, the fair catch is made. So the Rams get it back after a 40-yard punt and no return. Next weekend, Fred Couples, Anika Sorostam, Greg Norman, Nick Faldo, and more pair up and show off at the Merrill Lynch Shootout. It's right here on CBS Sports, the home of Super Bowl 41.
You saw right there in that play, you see how patient Scott Linehan's going to be with his punt returner. That was Sean McDonald in there returning that punt after Dane Looker had the fumble, the big fumble earlier in the game. You know, a lot of times for these young, unproven players, you only get 1 or 2 chances before the coach says, you know what, I'm going with the sure thing. I'm going with the security blanket.
Well, they'll get the hook out quickly and start turning it over, which the Rams have done 3 times today. And here is Jackson turning the corner. And Steven Jackson, a hard-running guy with a big burst. A 13-yard gain. They list Jackson at 6'2", 231, but he walks into a room. He looks a lot bigger than that, doesn't he?
He makes the sun disappear. It's crazy how big this guy is. You can't believe it when you see him up close. I guarantee you that all these Kansas City Chiefs defenders, they'll know by the end of the day how big this guy is. And Kansas City actually had the right defensive call on. They had a blitz coming off that side, but the safety did not have any idea that Steven Jackson had the ball. They went right by each other. 2 ships across them in the night.
Jackson's now run 12 times for 38 yards. Doesn't get much on his 13th carry. Did get some close to the 49-yard line. It'll be second and about 7 or 8. How about these two highly rated quarterbacks so far in this game?
Well, they're both playing very efficient right now. You know, you see Bolger right there, 9 for 9. But look at this right here. You got 2 completions, but 46 yards. A big play to Sammy Parker, and then, of course, the touchdown pass to Tony Gonzalez when they had the chance. When Damon Huard's been given a chance to make a play, he's done it. He's been smart with the football, but it helps to have Larry Johnson running.
Now a penalty marker is Tony is going to have a false start called on the Rams before the snap of the ball.
Offense.
Rams were showing blitzers,
5 yards, second down.
Somebody jumped.
Yeah, I think it was the right tackle, Alex Barron, number 70, that jumped a little bit to it. Todd Stussey's the left guard, so it was on the right tackle. You'll see on the right side of your screen right there. It was Alex Barron moving before the snap, and Todd Stussey saying, hopefully they got that right on TV, because that was not me.
Alex Barron, the number 1 draft choice for the Rams last year out of Florida State. Huge offensive tackle. Now Bulger has a second down and 12 play coming up. Play fake. He's got time to go deep. Swings it out again to the side. This time it is Stephen Davis. A lot of people thought Stephen might have worn down after all those years, but your old teammate is still doing it.
Good to see him out there running around. A lot of people after his last year in Carolina really felt like Stephen Davis, his knees were so bad that he was not going to ever be able to play again. And I talked to him on the practice field on Friday, and he said he feels great. He's excited. He's not feeling like he can handle being the workhorse right now, but it's good to be back out there filling in for Steven Jackson when they need him.
The last 6 games the Rams have played have come down to the last drive of the last play, so it's going to probably come down to the wire. Here is Bulger hit just as his arm was coming forward, and Mike Carey, the referee, right there to say incomplete pass, no fumble. Boy, they're putting the heat on, though.
Yeah, that was Greg Wesley coming with the blitz off the left side of the screen, and Mark Bulger saw something. You could see him talking to Stephen Davis, making an audible. He called for a screen pass. You see 25, Greg Wesley coming right through. They just overloaded that side. Not a real good check by Mark Bulger in that situation. I think the Chiefs confused him a little bit, or somebody on the left side of the Rams offensive line did not get the correct call, because Wesley was unblocked coming off that left side. The play never had a chance.
Dante Hall is back. Here's the punt hit by Matt Turk. Told me Friday at practice the key to punting well, and he's been doing it for years. Hang time. Got to get you guys at cover. Time to get down there. It is a touchback. It'll come out to the 20. 50-yard punt. 30 net. Don't miss a play, stat, or story with CBS Sports Line's Sunday Game Center. Follow every game with lightning fast scoring and play the hottest head-to-head trivia game on the web, Trivia Tower. It's all free at CBSSportsLine.com.
You know, Don, the key for this game so far, aside from the turnovers, has been the play of the Kansas City Chiefs defense. We talk about how Mark Bulger has not thrown an incomplete pass, but Torrey Holt, their number 1 threat, has not even seen a ball thrown in his direction yet. They're doing a really good job. Isaac Bruce only has 1 or 2 catches, 2 really good catches. But they're limiting the number of big plays this explosive Rams offense has had a chance to make today.
Yeah, Holt came in, number 1 receiver, 42 catches, 7 touchdowns. Nothing so far today. There's Johnson again. Moving in, moving out, looking for a place to go, and the Rams give him none. Going back to what Venturi said, if we don't slow this guy down, it's the end of the story. Well, and there is Trent Green, an old friend of yours, who's great to see him looking better, feeling better after that concussion suffered in the opener.
Yes, I talked to him a little bit yesterday as well, and he said he's feeling a lot better. Last 2 or 3 weeks, things have cleared up for him. He's been through all the testing. Everything looks good, but he's still got a little more healing to go. And with everything going the way it is, there's no pressure from the Chiefs organization. He's looking to come back in a couple weeks.
Johnson again on 2nd down and long, gets ahead. Trent Green's a native son from Kirkwood, Missouri, a star at Vianney High School here.
You know, he was telling me too that the technology these days that they have is absolutely phenomenal. They have this scan now, it's called a DTI scan, where they can make a 3D enhancement of your brain and look at it from every different angle and show exactly where the damage is and how well it's healing. So if it heals completely, there's no doubt in his mind that he'll have a full recovery, will be no more prone to another head injury, concussion, any more than anybody who's never had one before.
Charlie Casserly at the pregame show was talking about he's going to wear a special new helmet when he comes back. Trent Green, and it's been emphasized from the top on down. Herm Edwards and Damon Huard all say it. It's his job when he comes back, when he's ready to come back, despite the standout play of Damon Huard.
Yeah, they've made no doubt about that. We saw right there Tamba Hali coming off the field for the Kansas City Chiefs. Looks like he's going to the locker room to get looked at. That's not good for the Kansas City Chiefs defense, but no doubt about it. Trent Green is the quarterback of this team, and Damon Huard understands that. He's just trying to do as well as he can, and he has established the fact that he can play quarterback in this league at a very high level.
3rd and 4. Huard stands in, makes the connection. Eddie Kinnison, who was drafted by the Rams back in '96, makes the play downfield for a 1st down, a 14-yard gain on the play. Ty Hill got him down.
And a great play call by the Kansas City Chiefs, giving Damon Huard a nice, easy throw on the move to a wide open receiver to pick up the 1st down.
That's a 2-minute warning.
Take it to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to play, and the Chiefs on the road are in the lead 17-7. We're back to St. Louis, where the Chiefs are in the lead 17-7. Don Criqui with Steve Berline. If you win the turnover battle, you almost always win the game. And the Chiefs on the road with a 3-turnover advantage. They've parlayed it.
Well, Don, we talked in the open about having an offensive explosion today. Well, the only explosion has been the turnover explosion, and the Chiefs have been there pounding Larry Johnson, taking advantage of it.
Here's Larry Johnson. He is now over 100 yards rushing for the day in the 1st half. So after the Rams had so many problems last week with LaDainian Tomlinson of the Chargers, he had 183 for the game. Larry Johnson now goes to 101 for the day.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs could not have scripted this game any better than it's gone so far. Everything that has happened has been exactly what Herman Edwards talked about. The crowd is not into this game yet. It's been Chiefs all the way, and Larry Johnson, of course, if the Chiefs are in control, he's a big part of it.
Well, he is the game plan. Larry Johnson, I mean, he is just tremendous. He gets hit, he spins off, he waits, he sprints. You know, he came in when to the Chiefs as a #1 draft choice out of Penn State when Priest Holmes was in his prime, so it's kind of a slow start to his career. But man, that was a 15-yard gain. This guy's a great one. Larry Johnson, he has been the prime mover for the Kansas City Chiefs. 16 carries, 116 yards rushing in the 1st half.
He is a beast.
He's also a patient, smart runner, the son of a coach. He really is a tremendous. Here's Huard. And Gonzalez, who is only great for all of his 10 years, makes a play down to the 25-yard line. 13-yard gain.
Damon Huard, they're going no huddle. Now, he had no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football. He was looking at Tony Gonzalez all the way.
Huard again to the end zone, too much on it. A couple of streaking receivers going over the middle was Dante Hall. Eddie Kinnison was running a fly on the sideline, near sideline. Herm Edwards has to be well pleased. Not many guys can talk as good as Herm, can they? I mean, he's an honest man. If he could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, the guy's a great talker.
He is an unbelievable talker.
He's tremendous.
And you know, he can talk for a long time and say a lot of different things, but you get done, you're almost tired from listening to him. He tells you so much.
Well, he was with the Jets 5 years, and he had 3 playoff teams where a team bereft playoff appearances over the years for the most part. Huard stands in. He's got Gonzalez. What a play by the Chiefs. Huard against a blitz stands in and waits and then delivers a perfect ball to the super tight end, Tony Gonzalez. A 25-yard touchdown.
You know, there is absolutely no excuse for this touchdown to have even gotten off. Travis Fisher, number 22, came off the backside. Damon Huard does not even know where he is. Tony Gonzalez up the field. Mismatch on the linebacker. That was Will Witherspoon. You're going to see Damon Huard very excited, but I'm telling you right now, if Travis Fisher stays on his feet, Damon Huard, they're peeling him off the ground right now, and that ball's up in the air.
Well, Gonzalez now 3 catches for 39 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's moving up quickly on the career tight end list of receptions and touchdowns. How about the most career touchdown receptions by a tight end, Shannon Sharpe.
And our guy right there, he might be looking over his shoulder a little bit about now.
He might be up with him by the end of the day.
He might be by the end of the day. Damon Huard, you know, was looking to him, and that was a tremendous throw. Great route. I mean, the whole field, there's too much pressure on a linebacker to try and cover him. Travis Fisher right there, he knows. He had as good a shot as any defensive back is ever going to have on a quarterback. Clean, free run to Damon Huard, and he just tripped and fell. Damon Huard didn't even know he was coming.
Sometimes that's probably better, huh?
You'll see right here, he's right off the slot. Watch this. Look, he's going to come in. Look at the shot he has on Damon Huard. Damon Huard had no idea he was even coming.
Wait on the ball!
Look at this. He runs right by him. I mean, he's got... that is a dream shot for a defensive back coming on a blitz. I guarantee you Travis Fisher was dreaming about that opportunity last night, and he just laid an egg. He knows it. Look at him right there. He knows it. I hate to hammer it because he's a heck of a player, but that's how you give up touchdowns. When you got a chance to make a play, you've got to make the play.
Huard's a great story, a great comeback story. His last start in the NFL was in the year 2000 before he took over for the injured Trent Green this year. Now Kevin Curtis runs it back, and very good. This whole Chiefs team is flying right now.
Just imagine what could have happened here, Don. You know, Damon Huard, you can see he doesn't see it. If he catches one right in the ribs, that ball is already, it's going to be on the ground, and there's a possibility for the Rams to get more points on the board. Instead, 7 points for the great Tony Gonzalez and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Gonzalez has doubled his previous touchdown production of the season. He had 1 coming in, 1 touchdown catch, 2 today. And a surprising, a stunning score, 24-7, Chiefs over the home field Rams. Steven Jackson gets yardage down the sideline with 37 seconds left. And that made Tony Gonzalez the Chiefs' all-time leader in yards from scrimmage, 8,304.
Congratulations to Tony Gonzalez. Quite an accomplishment. He's been the benchmark for a lot of years now as a tight end. He's going to be measured against for many years to come.
And Huard continues his terrific play.
He has no idea how lucky he is to be standing right now.
Bulger stands in down the middle of the field. A connection nicely caught. Sean McDonald, a sliding catch. As with 27-26 seconds, the Rams come up quickly to spike the ball. 25-yard gain on that play. Rams with 1 timeout left. So if they could ever get in the end zone, it would be huge for Coach Linehan.
Even a field goal to get it a 2-touchdown game, a 2-possession game instead of a 3-possession game would be a success right now for the Rams. You know, they're thinking 7 would be great, but 3 would be really, really good for them. Just to go in feeling good about something. You know, when you talk about that, Damien, I got to say one more thing. He's a statue right there. It's not like it's even Michael Vick. It'd be like me standing out there. I mean, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. And how do you miss? I don't know how that happened.
Never happened to you, right?
Yeah, they always got me.
Here's a throw near side, and Jackson sprints for the sideline, working the field nicely. 14 seconds left in the half. The story of this game, though, has been the turnovers by the Rams. There have been 3. Here's Dane Looker. Point. Fumble punt. Touchdown later by the Rams. Bulger, a fumble. And then Jackson, a fumble. And the Chiefs converted those 3 turnovers into 17 points.
And all 3 of them could have been avoided. You know, Dan Looker, a routine punt return catch. He called for a fair catch. Steven Jackson just didn't even have his arm hit, I don't think. And Bulger should have got rid of that ball long before he got hit.
Let's see what Bulger does now. 3rd and 1. Out pattern. He gets the first down. And his receiver gets out of bounds with 9 seconds left. Kevin Curtis, who's getting better game by game, works Ty Law. The Chiefs, though, playing way off, corners off, keeping it in front of them.
I think what you're going to see right here for the St. Louis Rams, Scott Linehan's going to go to his best play that'll give him a shot at the end zone. Maybe up the seams, maybe try and find a corner route, one of his inside receivers going to the corner. But they're going to take a shot at the end zone here because they're already in field goal range. They want to try and see if they can get 7. You've got Sean McDonald and Kevin Curtis in the slots. Maybe one of those guys up the seam or to the corner might be the best call here.
You've got to put it in the end zone. If he gets stopped short, you don't have time to do much else. And he gets it out there. He does get out of bounds with 4 seconds left to get.
I'm baffled by that. I don't know why you run that play.
Well, the safeties were way back at center field.
Yeah, but you're already in field goal range. You take a shot. I mean, you're down 17 points. You got nothing going for your team. You put the ball into the end zone and try and make a play. You know, Mark Bulger's smart enough. He's proven he's not going to throw an interception.
Wilkins, a very effective kicker. He had a tremendous day when they beat Denver 18-10. Here is the field goal attempt. Hit down and through. And so the Rams get points. A 41-yard field goal on the final play of the first half. But it is the Chiefs in the lead by a commanding margin, 24-10. So Herman Edwards has to be well pleased with his Chiefs. We'll be back with a Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Showing the Chiefs the ball. They've turned it over 3 times. Don Criqui with Steve Berline. Great passing numbers in the first half for Mark Bulger, but even better running numbers for Larry Johnson of the Chiefs. He is absolutely the mover.
Larry Johnson, this is his type of ball game. It's exactly what Herman Edwards wanted. Larry's rushed for 123 yards today. And what they've done defensively to the Rams, they have kept Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce from really breaking their backs with a big play. So you've got to give credit to both sides of the ball for the Kansas City Chiefs. And most importantly, they've taken advantage of the 3 disastrous St. Louis Rams turnovers at this point.
Now ready to kick it off for the Rams to start the second half is Jeff Wilkins. And there's the deep man, Dante Hall. Last time Kansas City played St. Louis in regular season action back in 02, he returned a punt and a kickoff for a touchdown as the Chiefs won that day 49-10. Here's the kickoff. Dante Hall from the 6. 20. And he's out to the 28-yard line. As we take a look now, Steve, at the halftime stats.
Yeah, you can see the rush yards dominated by Kansas City. Pass yards pretty much dominated by the Rams. But look at this number. That right there tells you the whole story, along with the rushing right here by Larry Johnson and the Kansas City Chiefs. But the turnovers and the points off the turnovers have been the difference in this ball game. And, you know, say what you want, Kansas City Chiefs have the game going right where they want it.
The ball was dead. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 27. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Wow. Dwayne Carpenter with a personal foul. So that cost the Rams 15 yards. What, Steve, you played in the league for 17 years. What kind of conversation do you think Linehan had with his team at halftime? What do you think was said?
Well, I think he probably tried to build on the fact that, hey, they got that field goal at the end of the first half. This ball game is nowhere near out of our reach. We're down 2 touchdowns. You know how quickly we can score some points. Defense, you got to stand up. You got to get some turnovers for us. And you got to shut down number 27 for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, that time they got a shutdown, a rare one. Leroy Glover, a leader on the defense, a former Saint and Cowboy. 11-year veteran makes the stop, an interior tackle for the Rams on defense.
Let me tell you something about Leroy Glover. I still have nightmares about that guy. He basically tortured me for 3 years when I was playing for the Panthers and he was playing for the New Orleans Saints. That guy was an absolute unblockable beast that we had to face twice a year. And he's still a great player. Captain of the defense, made a great play right there.
Brings up second down and 13. Draw play to Johnson, who had 116 yards rushing in the first half. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 43. Dexter Coakley, former Dallas Cowboy linebacker, making the stop for the Rams. Interesting, they talked about Coakley. And Witherspoon said he's one of those guys you can't live without. Got to have him in your lineup for the plays he makes.
No doubt about it. And I like like what I've seen out of the Rams so far. The first 2 plays, they shut down Larry Johnson on first down. They get second long. The Chiefs have hurt them on second down and long run plays in the first half. Right there, they come back with a 2-yard gain for Larry Johnson.
3rd and 10. Heward stands in. Oh! A room service interception bounces off the pads of the aforementioned Dexter Coakley.
You know, it's amazing what happens if you can keep yourself in desirable situations. Right here, Damon Heward, first time today, he's been asked to throw a pass on 3rd and long, and almost a gift interception for Dexter Coakley. He should have had that pass. It hit him right in the chest. But right there, if you can keep the Chiefs in long situations on 3rd down, you're going to have some things start going your way.
Dustin Colquitt out to punt now. He can really get lost on the ball. And another terrific punt as the ball is downed inside the 5-yard line. 53-yard punt, no return, all net yardage.
Your flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly, offering.
And after a terrific punt by Colquitt, see Torrey Holt.
Yep, Torrey Holt. Not only has he not had a catch, he's not had one ball thrown to him today. He's the #1 threat on this team. They've got to get him in the ball game.
Here's a throw downfield and just a little too much on it. A rare off-target throw by quarterback Mark Bulger. He's looking at his rookie tight end Joe Kloffenstein. Sammy Knight running with him, but Kloffenstein had a step on him. He can spread the field. His first-year player from Colorado.
Yeah, they've got high hopes for him. Kloffenstein, he can get up the field. They know he's going to be a real big-time threat for him over the years. He's still young, still learning. Second-round draft choice this year, but high hopes for him. And I know Mark Bulger would have loved him to pull that ball in right there. They got to get this high-powered offense moving in the right direction.
2nd and 10. Jackson running hard, but not very far. Got about to the 6-yard line, perhaps a gain of 2 yards at most. Chiefs reading run all the way.
Well, you see what happens now. If a team does not make yards on first down, defenses go into what is called a soft cover 2. Tampa Bay 2. They started it many years ago with Tony Dungy and Monty Kiffin as defensive coordinator. And it's a desirable running defense. It's not easy to pass against. So teams you'll see a lot of times will come back on second down and try and pick up 5 or 6 with a running play. That time right there, the Chiefs held up pretty well, only gave up 2 yards.
And now it's got to be a throwing play as Bulger in the shotgun. Does not have to be a throwing play. He goes to Jackson, who runs it out to the 11. It'll be short of a first down by 3 yards. And so both teams having to punt on their opening possessions of the second half.
Yeah, that shows you how key that punt was for the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting that ball inside the 5-yard line by Colquitt. You pin a team back. The Rams want to open up. They want to attack a little bit more, but they don't want to do anything stupid and give the Chiefs another short field. So Scott Linehan, against his will, probably decided to be more conservative that series just to make sure you don't do something to take them out of the game.
All special teams kick covers get nervous when Dante Hall has the ball in his hands, which he does right now. Here we go. And he cuts back and loses yardage, so everybody stays in their lane covering the kick, and there's no place to go. A 59-yard punt and a return of a net -1. Back to St. Louis. Chiefs 24, Rams 10. And now the Rams go on offense, or the Chiefs go on offense for a second time in the second half. 24 first half points. 17 coming off Ram turnovers. Heward back inside the 20. Leonard Little makes the hit. A 10-yard loss.
And you know what they did there? Normally Leonard Little's on the left side of the defensive line. Right there they decided to change it up, put him on the right side, going against Jordan Black, the young tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. And right there you saw Leonard Little with the speed around the corner, got there in a hurry. Damon Heward had no chance.
And now Heward and the Chiefs offense faced with a second and long yardage, 2nd and 20. Draw play, Johnson. And he's all the way out to the 30. Last Tuesday in a little bit of Halloween fun, Larry Johnson donned Herm Edwards' traditional red hat and sweatshirt and decided to have some fun with the media at the coach's expense. Here he is with a Herm Edwards interview.
Have a quarterback controversy?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Trent, 4,000 passing yards since he's been here. You freaking kidding me? Freaking kidding me? You know, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You know?
There he was, and then today he's out there doing good things as the quick slant is out to the 35-yard line, but it's well short of a first down on 3rd and 10. Ty Hill getting more and more playing time for the Rams, who was the first-round draft choice last April out of Clemson, defensive back. So Larry Johnson with a huge first half, 116 yards rushing, but now the Chiefs are forced to punt again on their second possession of the half.
It looks like the Rams have really done a few things different. They're trying to keep the Chiefs off guard, moving little around in passing situations. Their run defense is a lot more aggressive. They're delivering the blows right now. Larry Johnson hasn't gotten on track yet this second half.
And here is Dustin Colquitt out of Tennessee, part of that first family of 4th down. Aiming a high punt again. These special teamers in this league are remarkable to watch. I mean, these guys, they close fast. A terrific play by Chris Griffin making the tackle.
It is on.
We're not even on the right seat.
Monster of destruction.
The catcher in taco.
That girl lady's hot.
Tastes like chicken.
Oh, eat it up, buddy. Adios. Oh. Is that part of the show?
Hey, baby.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just wanted to talk to the most beautiful girl in the world, that's all.
That's sweet.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that I'm the only man in your world. I am the only man in your world, right? Baby?
Switch to the network with the fewest dropped calls. Singular.
Baby, is it Earl?
Singular. Raising the bar.
Cat got your tongue? Earl got your tongue?
Hey, show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, bird lady. Show me what you got, shawty. Show me what you got, baby. Hands up and wave. Hands up and wave. Show me what you got. Povey in the spot, I told you I was hot. Tell these other dudes it's a rap. The king's back. Expect everything.
Buy a Storm Midway jacket, get a free gift code.
How do you explain Russell Crowe and his temper? We let him do the talking.
So that's all I had left to hit him with.
On 60 Minutes tonight.
Kendall Gammon really got picked off on a block.
Yeah, you're going to see Ron Bartell, number 24, coming from the right side of the screen. 83. Boom! That is Kendall Gammon right there. He's the long snapper for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been around for a long time, but I guarantee you he has not been hit that hard, that cleanly in a while.
Good to see
he's got
up.
Cobwebs. Yeah, good to see him up walking around on the sideline.
Penalty markers before the snap of the ball on a first down play.
Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Richie Incognito, the center for the Rams, a converted guard moving to center for the first time this year and has been playing well at the position.
He wasn't incognito on that play. No. They caught him. They saw him.
Big guy from Nebraska. Coach Lenahan waiting for his team to make a big play to get back in this down 24-10 at home. Blitzers come. What a throw and catch. And on the run is Torrey Hope, who'd been quiet, but all of a sudden, Torrey Hope makes a big play, 27 yards. Can the Bears go unbeaten and equal the Dolphins? Right now, and I don't think so. Here's JB.
Hey, Don and Steve, take a look at what Miami is doing. Joey Harrington hooking up with Wes Welker here, a 6-yard strike. 21-10 Miami. The Bears have allowed 30 points at home all season. Back to Don and Steve.
Thank you, JB.
Wow.
That sommelier, Nick Bonacani, standing by. He always is on the team that goes finally loses a game like Chicago, he pops the corks. So it's called and celebrate again. It's a big deal down there.
Oh.
Scoreboard changing around the league. We go back to James Brown.
All right, Tony Romo at the helm for the Cowboys, helping them nicely here, hooking up 4 yards with Terrell Owens, who always has to put a little seasoning on his scores there as he goes to sleep on the ball. Flag for it. That'll wake him up. 19-12, Cowboys back to Don and Steve.
That's not going to wake him up. That guy, I don't know if he'll ever wake up.
Here is on a 2nd down and 5 run. Steven Jackson working hard. Ron Edwards runs him down. Jackson getting a lot of work catching and running the ball. 17 carries for 57 yards rushing. He's also caught 7 for 68 yards for the Rams.
Yeah, and a lot of that has been by design. They wanted to come out and establish him early in the game, but I think Mark Bulger and Scott Linehan have been a little frustrated. They've had to check down to him most of the day so far when they've been trying to get the ball at the field. It was good to see a couple plays to go for the Rams. Number 81, Torrey Holt, getting the ball thrown his way, makes his first catch. That'll scare some people in the red and white today.
Back to the run, and it is a 1st down run for the 11-year veteran Stephen Davis down to the 45-yard line of KC. Surtain on the stop, going right into alignment without a huddle. Got Eric Hicks in a defensive end with Tamba Hali out with a hip pointer. Here's Hicks
hang on,
getting out there quickly, and it is a 1st down for Bulger and the Rams as he stands at his 50. Here's an all-out blitz, a quick throw, ball on the field incomplete. Holt had it, and he was drilled. Well, that's impressive defense there when you come with an all-out blitz, sell out like that, and yet the corners are in position to make the stop.
Yeah, that was a great job by Mark Bulger. He recognized the blitz, knew where his hot route was on the outside. Knew Torrey Holt was out there. Only throw he had, they didn't have enough people to pick it up. Torrey Holt did a good job of giving him a place to put the ball, but a super play closing on the ball on the outside, breaking up the pass.
Bulger has completed 16 of 20 for 203 yards. Again, they bring pressure. Another throw right on target. He's one of the most underrated pure passers I've ever seen in the NFL.
He makes it look pretty darn easy, and that was Kevin Curtis on the catch there. The Rams, they're going no huddle now, and Scott Linehan told us they like to do this every once in a while just to keep them in the rhythm. It's not meant to be a hurry up. You don't see any urgency, and now they're, as I talk about it, they huddle up for the first time. A good catch, good throw by Mark Bulger. He does make it look pretty darn easy. And you can see the Rams trying to get a little rhythm going. Scott Linehan probably feeling better about things now, keeping the Kansas City Chiefs off balance a little bit on defense. Now, Chiefs are showing a blitz. Everybody's up tight at the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to get to Mark Bulger here.
Well, they go on a wide run, and it is a Curtis taking it to about the 35-yard line. He needed a yard. He might be just short of it. Be about a foot short if he is. Kieran Fox, who's in for Derek Johnson, who was shaken up earlier. Problem with an ankle.
Scott Linehan, no doubt, is going to go for it on this one here.
You've got to.
You've got to. The clock's running. Kansas City Chiefs can eat up some clock time with Larry Johnson. They've got to get 7 points on this drive here.
Big play coming up now. 4th down and a foot for the Rams. Down 24-10 in the 3rd quarter. Open backfield. There's no runner there. Quick throw and a catch, and Holt with a tremendous play. Wow. Struck hard as he caught the ball, and on 4th and short, they throw the ball and get a 1st down.
Well, that is a big-time play. I'm thinking when they went empty backfield, you see no running backs. I was thinking quarterback sneak, but Scott Linehan surprises me, and at the bottom of your screen, you see Torrey Holt. Play was actually played pretty well by Lenny Walls, the cornerback, but Torrey Holt showed why he's one of the very best in the game. Catching that ball, taking the lick, and making the big conversion for his quarterback, Mark Bulger.
And when Torrey was telling us Friday at practice, the key to getting separation as a receiver is in the first 5 yards. And here is Steven Jackson inside the 10. And all of a sudden, the Rams offense comes alive in the 3rd quarter. A big play, a 22-yard run by their go-to runner, Steven Jackson.
You're going to see this one coming right into your TV set here. Steven Jackson, easiest run he's had all day today. Didn't even have to make a move. Had a nice big hole, the right play call at the right time, and he knows how to get north and south. Big pickup of 22 yards. Now the Rams have 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Bulger calmly sets his team. His teammates talk about how you can't tell when he walks out of the field he just threw a winning touchdown or an interception. He absolutely shows no emotion. But he can sure put that ball on target as he gets it to Jackson, who is upended, but he's inside the 5-yard line on this 1st and goal play. And it now will be 2nd and goal.
You know, Steven Jackson had visions of hurling himself. He tried to get up and over, but that was a heck of a hit. What a great tackle. Patrick Surtain delivering the blow on that one there. You know, the Rams, for as good as their offense is, they've been very average in the red zone, only scoring touchdowns about half the time, 52% of the time down here in the red zone.
And right now a timeout is called. The 11th play of the drive coming up for the Rams as they look to get right back in it. Challenging now. This is Don Criqui with Steve Berline back at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, the home of the champion Cardinals. And the Rams right now, who were down 24-7 on their home field, rallying to get back in. It's now 24-10, KC Chiefs in the lead. And the Rams have 2nd down and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. Stephen Davis is in. He's a good pass catcher. See if Bulger elects to throw. He's been hot all day, on target all day. To the run, the up back gets it. Go to the fullback. So Davis actually gets it, and he is going to be really not much, Steve. He got about to the line of scrimmage.
And that was a little bit of a deception type of play. They motioned Torrey Holt into the backfield and tried to give the Chiefs something else to think about. It's just a quick, you're trying to slip that big body Stephen Davis up inside before the Chiefs really know what's going on. Very disciplined job by the Chiefs defensive front, though. Good job stopping Stephen Davis for no gain.
Klopfenstein, the tight end, is set to the left.
And you got Isaac Holton, or Torrey Holt in the slot as well.
Bulger timing throw, beautifully done by the Rams. It's a touchdown. Kevin Curtis on what they call a dart pattern. Doesn't even take a step downfield. He just runs right off his stance right into a line. Angle run over the middle like a post pattern. It's a 2-yard touchdown throw.
That is an incredible catch by Kevin Curtis. We'll get a chance to look at it in a minute, but that great coverage by Ty Law. Kevin Curtis somehow found a way to watch how he gets his head almost ripped off right there. Boom, boom, right as that ball got there, Ty Law was there, and great concentration, great confidence by Mark Bulger.
Extra point is up and good by Wilkins, so the Rams, who are down at one point 24-7 in this game, as a penalty marker is down on the extra point attempt. The Rams rally back to within 7. They are a team of last-minute theatrics this season, the last 6 games.
Offside, defense, number 38. The foul will be enforced on the kickoff. Score is good.
Extra point good. Last 6 games for the Rams have come down to the last drive or the last play, and it looks like we're going to have more of the same today. Terrific game in St. Louis. Holt with a terrific play. That 4th down reception on 4th and short to keep the drive alive, Steve.
He did. That was a huge play. He also had the big gainer on that play to get the ball to midfield, about a 25-yard pickup across the middle. So they're getting him involved, just like we thought they would this second half.
Now Wilkins hits it down the field. Jeff Wilkins, the 13-year veteran, he hits it deep. And the Chiefs wisely elect to down the ball and take it on the 20. Coming up next, Jake Plummer leads the Broncos against Hines Ward and the Steelers. Or the Browns battle the Chargers. Check local listings right here on the home of Super Bowl 41, CBS Sports.
Big games. Big games. Denver at Pittsburgh. Man, Denver coming off a tough loss to Indianapolis next week. Needs to win to keep control of that division, to keep pace with the San Diego Chargers. I think Pittsburgh's going to have a little something to say about that tonight, though.
Rams defense stepping it up here, Steve, in the second half. They forced 2 3-and-outs on the previous Chief possessions. There is Johnson, gets some. He gets out close to the 24-yard line, a gain of about 4. Total of only 5 yards offense before that play for the Chiefs in the second half.
Well, 2 3-and-outs will do that for you. And just as we said, Don, at halftime, I'm sure Scott Linehan challenged his defense to see if they could shut down Larry Johnson, because he had 123 yards rushing in the first half. You can't let the Chiefs get going like that, or they'll eat you up. They want to put the pressure on Damon Huard. You do that by shutting down Larry Johnson.
Bringing people up. The Rams really are challenging. Here come the blitzers. Hewitt stands in, gets it downfield, and he goes to the sure-handed one, a guy who has 2 touchdown catches already today. For the first down now, Tony Gonzalez for 18 yards.
What a good throw by Damon Huard. He's getting pressure. The Rams are coming with the blitz off of both sides. Huard steps in and knows exactly where Tony Gonzalez is. Big body Tony Gonzalez. He knows how to bring that ball in. Huard takes a throw, or takes a shot right there. Probably his first real hit of the day. And that right there was Roten, number 99, getting some good pressure on Huard. That's what the Rams want to do. Huard just made the play.
Johnson waits for a gap. Accelerates into it. He's to the 40. Larry Johnson, hugely productive again today.
This play came on the first drive of the game. Busted out of there on the right side. Good scene. Took it for about 40 yards. And right there, that was a draw play in the second quarter, showing his agility. And then, of course, there's nobody better in the NFL right now smelling that goal line when he gets close. And Larry Johnson, he's been everything he was built up to be coming into this game. He's been very solid, spectacular today.
He has been all of that. 133 yards rushing today for Johnson. This time the ball's on the field and the Rams have it. The official signal not yet, but the Rams have the ball. They're going to say the Chiefs still have it. Green took it back. A Ram had both arms on it, looked like, from up here.
It looked to me initially, there's no doubt the Rams had that football. That ball was sitting on the field. Kyle Turley might have come up with that ball. Let's see. Look, the quarterbacks, they sometimes get a little too creative. I don't think, you make that pump fake to make the defense think
came
run.
out when he got his arms on it.
And Larry Johnson never got that football, and obviously the Rams never had possession on the ground either.
Kyle Turley got the ball back for the Chiefs. So now it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Draw play. Johnson stopped. Got only a yard. And again, the Rams, as the crowd is back into it, force a Kansas City punt. Travis Fisher, the 5th-year corner, who's been having some ankle problems this week, got an ankle step down in practice. But he makes a play there, makes the stop on Johnson.
He needed to make a play. We're still going to get on about missing that sack on the touchdown pass to Damon Huard, but he has missed. He hurt his ankle. Good to see him out there. He's playing well. Made a good, solid play right there.
Here's the punter on the field now. Dustin Colquitt punting again. Again, he booms the ball. Backpedaling for the fair catch is Sean McDonald. The Texans and the Giants. The Giants a hot team right now. We go back to JB in New York.
Hey, Don, Houston's 18-play drive, longest of the season in the league so far. David Carr, no one open here, so he takes it himself up and over to avoid trouble. 2-yard touchdown run, 10-7. Houston on top of the Giants. Start of the 4th, back to Don and Steve.
Thanks, JB. David's had his problems. He's fumbled the ball, David Carr, 10 times this year. But he makes a big play there for Houston.
He did. And I know Gary Kubiak very well, played for him in Denver. He's doing a great job down there in Houston. They've got a long way to go, but they're playing good, solid football for the most part this year. They're gonna get it figured out pretty quick.
What could be the last play of the quarter. The handoff goes to Steven Jackson on 1st down, and he is out to the 25-yard line. And the clock appears to be winding down and out after 3 quarters of play as the Rams rally back. They win the 3rd quarter 7-0, but the Chiefs are.
Sorry about that.
You get a look right there, Steven Jackson. There's so many unsung heroes on every team. Every team has this guy, the guy that's popping the ball. He's the team ball puncher. Just for this particular situation, if a guy hurts his hand, you got to make sure he can hang on to the ball. Hey, ball puncher, come over here. Let's see if we can get him ready to go.
Experts in every area. Every eventuality covered. Here is a screen pass. They'll get it to a tight end screen to Klopfenstein. And he works it down to the 25-yard line. So with the laser-sharp passing of Bulger, a lot of it short stuff, he's now 23 of 27 for 263 yards. And the Rams have worked their way right back into this. And this looks one of these games, Steve, it might be going right down to the last whistle or maybe beyond that.
It was looking like it was out of hand, but in the NFL, Don, as we know, these games can change momentum. Herman Edwards knows these games can change momentum so quickly. And Mark Bulger knows, never panics. He's got a lot of weapons at his disposal. They can make it up. one drive at a time, and the defense has stepped up and given them a chance today.
Look at this on 2nd and 1. He spreads the field, open backfield. Here come the blitzers. And there's a flag before.
Again,
false start.
Offense number 70, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
You had a couple of guys you could have called it on. Alex Barron got called again for the 2nd time today. You know, Scott Linehan's got to be scratching his head. And you see Dane Looker there in the slot. He also was jumping a little bit early with Alex Barron, but you know, you're looking at 2nd in a foot, and now you're looking at 2nd and 5, almost 6 yards. Scott Linehan, I think, had a play called for that situation. He was going to take a shot, knowing that if it was incomplete, they were going to have 3rd and less than a yard to pick up. Now he doesn't have that same luxury.
Now he's got 2nd and 6.
He moved again. That was Alex Barron again.
False start. Offense number 70, 5 yards.
Was indeed the 2nd-year offensive tackle for the Rams, Alex Barron, number 1 pick a year ago.
And this is how head coaches get aged. You see that, right? He's just a little bit, a split second early, but I can see from up here that that he was moving a little bit early. And you're not going to get away with that, big boy. Not in the NFL. Mike Carey and his staff are too good. They're going to make you pay.
3rd teamer, really. Jimmy Wilkerson's put fear in his eyes.
Oh, and you saw Scott Linehan wasn't too happy right there.
So they keep backing up. Now it's 2nd and 11. From 2nd and 1, they go to 2nd and 11. There's Bulger. And he's a bit off target. Getting the ball to Madison Hedgecock, his fullback. So it is now 3rd down and 11 coming up.
See how they're maybe trying to start play Torrey Holt a little differently. They're trying to get up in his face. They realize he's come to life a little bit in the 2nd half. Rennie Wall's doing a good job of getting into him and getting him out of bounds.
Good to see it. Steven Jackson's back in, ailing finger and all. And let's see what Bulger goes to now as he goes into a shotgun with 2 backs in. They might be blitz pickup. Chiefs are sending a lot of guys at Bulger. They're coming again. They pick it up. Bulger throws a beautiful play to the near side, and the penalty marker comes in after the tackle as Isaac Bruce. Yep. It's going to go against the Rams. An offensive interference call negates a 14-yard pickup and a 1st down.
And Isaac Bruce is saying that Patrick Surtain had a grip on him. But Mike Carey, I don't think is going to go with it. They're going to get Isaac Bruce.
Pass interference. Offense number 80. 10-yard penalty is still 3rd down.
So 3 key penalties on the Rams to set him back almost to midfield. And it was actually Ty Law, the best cover corner the Kansas City Chiefs had. We'll see what happens at the top of this route. Does Isaac Bruce do something to give himself a separation? That left arm was hidden.
Oh, man, that's...
The referee, I don't know how he can make the call. They were into each other. And he's calling. You couldn't.
Law was pushing.
Yeah, you could not see Isaac Bruce extend his arm. That's the only way they can call that, really, if they see that left arm extended, giving him an advantage over the defensive back. The 3 penalties this drive for the Rams.
So they go from 2nd and less than a yard to 3rd and 21, the Rams. This is 3rd and 21. Jackson taken out of bounds at the 41, way short of a 1st down, brings up 4th down. 10:37 to play.
That is a very disappointing conclusion to what was looking like a pretty darn good drive, and it started by the two offsides by Alex Barron right in a row without even running a play, and then the questionable offensive PI call against Isaac Bruce. Now we're looking at a 54-yard field goal for Jeff Wilkins.
He can get it there. He's 1 for 1 on 50-plus field goal tries this year. Rams now call a timeout with 10:10 to play in the 4th quarter. So Kansas City holding to a 7-point lead, but the Rams have been the team in the 2nd half so far.
Well, there's no doubt that Jeff Wilkins can make this field goal from 54 yards. He's one of the best in the league, but this might be a good situation. Every team has what's called a pooch punt, and if the kicker is talented enough to do this might be a good situation to try and pin the Kansas City Chiefs back there.
Well, we're going to find out right now, and he does indeed pooch punt, and he booms it inside 10. It's still rolling, so they go the long two. We have to credit our producer Ross Schneiderman, who saw Scott Linehan say pooch punt, and pooch punt it was. Keep watching, Raj. Coming Tuesday, November 14th to CBS, a new drama about the doctors who explore life's greatest mystery, the human brain. 3 pounds, Tuesday, November 14th, after the unit. Chiefs haven't done much on offense in the second half, but they lead the game. Heward, wide receiver screen. They get the ball out nicely to Dante Hall. Blockers in front. He sprints ahead for a first down.
Very good call coming out of your own
call.
end zone. Yeah, just a set-up screen to a guy that knows pretty much what to do with the football when he gets it in his hands. Dante Hall, spectacular player in space with the football. Set up very nicely. Damon Heward throws it out there. And look, you see 11 plays in the second half for the Kansas City Chiefs. No points. Very few. 22 total yards, counting everything else. But a good solid start to the drive with that screen pass to Dante Hall.
Now the Rams fans kick in at sold out Edward Jones Dome, and here's a fake reverse. Heward lets a long ball go. The coverage is right there, and it's caught anyway.
And I don't think this ball was
off. Flag is down though at the 40.
The ball was not completed. It was out of bounds, but they're going to call Dexter Coakley for pass interference, I believe, up the field. He didn't make an attempt to play the football.
Now his head was turned towards the tight end who was running the field.
Pass interference. Defense number 52. In the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
And that's a tough call. I mean, Dexter Coakley's in great position to make the play. You know, not a whole lot of contact there. I don't know where the contact is or before the ball gets there, but he's running right there along the sideline, running stride for stride with Chris Wilson down the sideline, but obviously a little contact in the eyes of the referee and no attempt to play the football. Maybe he felt like he forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it was. And here's a handoff. And now Johnson has been quiet so far in the second half. Makes noise. He goes down, and the penalty marker comes in after he's tackled 17 yards downfield.
This is kind of like a personal foul type of flag coming in here.
Incidental face mask. Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Otagwe.
First down.
The safety is called for it.
He jumped on Larry Johnson's back. And look, you know, get the big penalty, you get some excitement going for the Chiefs, and right away they capitalize with a big run by Larry Johnson. You see Otagwe jump on top and try and get that ball out of there. That left hand coming over the top. Incidentally grabs the face mask, maybe. No way to tell because, but the referee thought he saw it.
And Larry Johnson, Steve, at 155 yards rushing last week, he's gone way beyond that now. And here's a run inside the 30. Larry Johnson before that run was up to 151, and he just picked up 16 more.
You know, Don, it is the little things. Watch this play right here when Larry Johnson. Watch him hesitate. He takes a little stutter step right there and just waited for that hole to clear open. He didn't ride his fullback up into the line of scrimmage or get up on his offensive lineman. He believed and trusted where that hole was going to be. And you could see very clearly, especially from the side angle, that he did hesitate to let it develop, and then he hit it and makes him pay.
6.7 a carry. He's carried it 25 times. 39 times a Chiefs record last week. Now they put Michael Bennett in to spell him for a moment. He gets it down to the 27. So this is a most important drive for the Chiefs, as the Rams look like they were going to take it in for the go-ahead at a tying touchdown. Then those 3 consecutive penalties put them in long yardage, and all of a sudden the Chiefs finally get some offense going in the second half.
Right, they're finally getting it rolling here, got that running game going a little bit, and I'll tell you, Don, a field goal here is almost as significant as a touchdown, because either way you make it a 2-possession ball game. The Rams have to do something to try and get them out of field goal range here.
Chiefs have done a great job with ball security. They've not turned it over. And here is another run. This time it is Michael Bennett, a 6-year back out of Wisconsin. Will Witherspoon, middle backer, makes the stop. Will Johnson was the guy when we met with him Friday was lauding the way that Larry Johnson runs the ball with his patience.
That was interesting right there. They went to almost a goal line set here. You got one receiver on the outside, but everybody's bunched inside. The Rams are playing almost a goal line type of look, and you can tell the Kansas City Chiefs are just thinking that if we can get a field goal at least right there, that was second long, they want to just make it an easy field goal. Sure, a touchdown's better, but they'll take a field goal right here.
Johnson's back in. Ewert throws, makes a connection. This is Gonzalez, and he's down to the 10. First and goal, Kansas City. The fight starts up on the far side of the field. No flag. Two guys giving kind of chest pumps. Guy who really deserves some credit for the Chiefs is Mike Solari, the first-year offensive coordinator. I mean, he's had a lot of problems. You know, top three tackles have been hurt. Priest Holmes has to step down. Starting quarterback goes out, Trent Green, in the first week. Still last week they had 500 yards offense.
42 minutes last week too against the Seahawks.
Here is Ewert, a timing throw, and it is caught. Oh wow! Touchdown Chiefs. Chris Wilson.
Now, you know, we talk about Damon Huard not being spectacular in general. That right there, my friends, was a spectacular play. He put that ball up right before he took a shot. You'll see right here as he comes out to his right, he feels a little pressure, gives a little ground, he gets hit, and lofts this ball over the top in the only spot that Chris Wilson can make the catch. But not a crushing hit, but a hit that was in his face, falling backwards, and he drops the ball in perfectly over the top. Just a spectacular play.
And the extra point attempt coming up, and when the Rams get the ball back, they're forced pretty much into an all-out passing game, down 31-17 with 6:20 to go. So another big play by the Chiefs, and Kansas City takes a bigger lead, and we'll kick off when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Phillips. Simplicity is Phillips. And by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters.
We're back to St. Louis. Kevin Curtis is back deep now for the Rams, who need big plays. Terrific play by Damon Huard and the Chiefs on that last drive, as Huard connects with tight end Chris Wilson for a touchdown. 7-play, 94-yard drive. 94 yards in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And Johnson had some big runs, 14 and 16 yards in that drive down the field. Here's the kickoff now down to the 7. Curtis turns outside. He's going to be taken down to the 25. And so Mark Bulger in the Rams offense with a lot of work to do now. Bulger has hit 24 of 29 for 272 yards. He's got to keep throwing.
You know, Don, I want to show you what makes this play so special. Right here, you can see at the bottom of your screen right there, Chris Johnson is the receiver. But when Damon Huard lets go of this ball, he's really not open. But to play quarterback in this league and to be successful, you've got to know your offense inside out, know your personnel. You've got to have the guts, too, to make the throw when a guy maybe doesn't look open. You've got to know where he's going to be. And Chris Wilson made a tremendous catch, but it was all made by a great throw by Damon Huard.
Here's Bulger. They give him time, and again he has to check down to his running back, and here comes Jackson. His mane flowing as he streaks up the field to the 45-yard line. Ty Law gets him down, but it's a 20-yard gain for the Rams.
So now the Rams are definitely in the hurry-up situation. This game clock is down at under 6 minutes. They've got to score 2 touchdowns. They've got to get on the board quickly here and find a way to make a quick stop or get an onside kick to have a chance.
Bulger against a 4-man rush, out pattern. Chiefs working hard now, Steve, just to keep the ball in front of them. They get to that 2-deep zone.
That's exactly what the Chiefs want, and they were waving on the sideline for the signal from the referee that maybe Kevin Curtis stayed in bounds, because they know one of their biggest allies right now is that clock, and the clock is going now. Kevin Curtis should have gotten out of bounds on that play, did not do it.
Bulger, who, as Coach Linehan told us on Friday, said he throws the most catchable ball I've ever seen. Today his teammates have caught 26 of the 31 he's thrown. He gets another one away somehow, and here comes Jackson. On a second down play, they needed 5, and it looks like Jackson's got it.
There's bodies flying around everywhere. Jared Allen, number 69, had a chance to make the play on Mark Bulger right there. And Bulger somehow shovels that ball out of there and gets it to the shoestring or shoe tops of Steven Jackson, who makes a nice catch and a positive play. There are bodies flying all over the place on that play.
And the Chiefs now have the clock working for them. It's down to 4:40 to play, and they have a 31-17 lead. Davis, not much.
You know, and these are plays that really are not helping the St. Louis Rams here right now. The clock is running. 3 straight plays. They've not been able to stop the clock by getting the ball out of bounds, and they've made a total of about 9 or 10 yards on the 3 straight plays. And they've lost over 2 minutes off the clock.
It's very hard, though, as you know, Steve, to get something deep downfield against these safeties so far. Now the corners are coming way back. And again, he's got a check down, and Kloffenstein, the rookie, was never looking.
And that one you got to put on the young guy, Kloffenstein, right there. His head wasn't around. Mark Bulger knew he wanted to throw the check down, and Kloffenstein did not even look for the ball. He wasn't ready for it that early. He's got to learn to get that head around a little bit quicker.
Chiefs have won their last 2, scoring 30 or more. Rams have lost their last 2. They both came in at 4-3. A moving up day, a 5-3 record at the halfway checkpoint in the NFL. Augurs very well for making the playoffs. And the winner today will be 5-3. Kavika Mitchell makes the stop at the 35-yard line with 3:54 to play in the clock running.
And again, they're short, but again, the clock is still running. The Rams have 1 timeout left. They don't want to use it this early, but boy, they're sure chewing up a lot of time off the clock.
Bulger on a 4th and short, takes it himself.
He's going to be close.
Behind, I think he's got it.
I mean, he had to get well past that 35-yard line. A good 1.5 past it. They're going to measure this thing, I think.
Steve, in a 17-year NFL career, you had your share of QB sneaks. What's it like?
Let me tell you, I was never regarded as a great quarterback sneaker, and I didn't enjoy it very much either. I did not like being at the bottom of those piles, but
your sneak is usually as good as your center, right?
Yeah, I wasn't very sneaky. If you're having me run with the football, it's only because you're trying to go with the element of surprise. And it looks like he barely did get it. Yeah. Good eyes, Don Cookie.
Well, he's got it by not much, but it will be a first down for the Rams, who need everything they can get now. Herm Edwards and his Chiefs. They will be a team in celebration if they go back to the other side of the state in the Show Me State showdown. As this will be a huge win for the Chiefs, who have not beaten a winning team on the road, and with much, they've had very little success against winning teams on the road for a long time.
It's been a very serious problem, and Herman Edwards has addressed it repeatedly with his team.
Here's Bulger scurrying. He's got time now, but nobody's open. Now he fires it into Jackson. Jackson's making plays.
Still in bounds. Great play. Great individual effort by Mark Bulger right there to keep the play alive and make the throw to Steven Jackson. But the further this goes, as far as the clock is concerned, now they get down approaching 2 minutes. They've only got 1 timeout. The onside kick becomes your only option.
They work the sideline with Kevin Curtis. Very productive guy. He makes his 6th catch of the day. 38 yards in yardage. Also returns kickoffs. He does it all, Kevin Curtis.
And let's give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. Damon Huard, obviously, for some great throws.
Playing terrific.
Really playing super. Not, there's maybe one throw of the ball that hit Dexter Coakley that got away from him a little bit. That's the only play all game where he can be criticized at all. But this Chiefs defense has done a super job containing a very explosive Rams offense, keeping things in front of them, making the tackles, making them work for everything.
Chiefs win. They go to 5-3, and then they head to Miami for the next one. Here's Bulger taking it himself, and he slides to a halt inside the 5. And there will be 1st and goal for the Rams. Rams hurrying to get in alignment, get a playoff before the 2-minute warning when they get an automatic timeout. They're not charged with them. Rams are down to 1 timeout though left in this game.
2 for 2 in the red zone so far today.
Bulger goes to the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play. He went to Torrey Holt.
That was really good coverage by
Lenny Walls. Yeah.
Lenny Walls, yeah, there on the sideline. I really think that Mark Bulger had the opportunity to go back to this play. You're going to see Isaac Bruce in the flat. Look at right there going out from the slot. He's actually the one that maybe could have gotten that ball, but Lenny Walls did a good job of kind of slow playing Mark Bulger, made him a little indecisive about where he wanted to go with that football. It's just the way you coach it up for a defensive back.
Now 2nd down and goal for the Rams. Down by 14. Bulger. And Jackson was looking back but didn't see the ball. As we're down to the 2-minute warning.
After 2-minute warning.
The Rams are challenging, but they need things to happen fast as the Chiefs are in command. Number 1 network. Now the Rams looking to get back in this game with just 1:59 to play. It's 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line of the Chiefs. Chiefs leading by 14. Bulger from the shotgun. Looking, searching, fires. Broken up beautifully. Sammy Knight came across. Looked like he got a hand on it.
That was the 10-year veteran out of USC, Sammy Knight, doing a good job of kind of baiting Mark Bulger into that throw and then closing on it right in time. He was in perfect position, kept the players in front of him, knew where everybody was. Now we're looking at a 4th and goal for the Rams. No doubt what they have to do here. They've got to score a touchdown on this play. They've got to recover the onside kick if they want to have any chance at winning this ball game.
A lot of crazy stuff happens in the last 2 minutes in this league. But this play is all important. If they hit it, the Rams have a chance. If not, the Chiefs will go home with a huge win, and the Chiefs break it up and take over the ball. Well, Herman Edwards, you know, Steve, when they had that horrendous loss at Pittsburgh, one of the teams ever going to come back, a 45-7 loss. The next day, when he met with his team, he didn't berate anybody. He said, you know, guys, I don't know if it was your cousins out there yesterday or your brothers. It wasn't you guys, but whoever they were, if you know them, tell them not to show up here again. I want you guys out there.
That's exactly right. He said, I don't know who that was, but it wasn't my team. That wasn't my team out there, and it really was a bad performance. But how great it is for the Chiefs to come in here and finally get that monkey off their back, winning on the road in a tough situation. A game both teams really desperately had to have. You can't say enough about the effort these guys played with all day.
So now the Chiefs in that glorious position of a team in the lead with 1:48 to play. Their opponent with 1 timeout, ready to just run the ball into the line and run the clock. Gives us a chance to tell you.
The Kansas City Chiefs, how bad has it been for the Kansas City Chiefs? They are 0-18 on the road in road games against teams that finished the season with a winning record since 1998. 0-18. They have not won a meaningful road game in November, December, January. It's been a long road, and Herman Edwards made it a priority coming into this situation to change that and to change his attitude, the attitude of his team, to where they believe they can win meaningful games on the road.
The executive producers of the NFL on CBS are Sean McManus and Tony Petitti. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS is Lance Barrow. Today's game was produced by Rush Schneiderman, directed by Andy Goldberg. The senior producer of CBS Sports and the NFL Today, Eric Mann. Director Bob Matina. Coordinating producer of CBS Sports is Harold Bryant. Associate directors of today's game, Andy Kaplan and Bruce Shine. The broadcast associate is Teddy Grabowski. Technical manager Tom McCarthy. Technical director Ed Collins. Audio supervisor Jay Willis. Statistician Paul Evans. We thank them all, the men and women of CBS Sports, as the Chiefs will go to 5-3 on the season. As you were pointing out at the outset of the day, Steve Berline, you're 5-3 at the halfway checkpoint, and your chances are way up in the 60% to make the playoffs.
That's exactly right. You just saw Herman Edwards. He was downplaying the significance of these numbers right here about, you know what, you can't put a whole lot of stock in that, but I guarantee you he's probably going to be mentioning that to his team tomorrow. He's going to be saying, hey, did you guys know that if you're 5-3, there's a 65% chance you're going to get to the playoffs? Let's build on it and go. And that's what a head coach has to do, though.
Upbeat guy, Herm Edwards. And here is the handoff now, and Johnson with another Herculean effort. 27th carry. He's up to 173 yards for the day rushing. Last week, 39 carries for 155 yards. And Trent Green, who's on his way back. It was great to see Trent in uniform today. Expected back when in a couple of weeks, I think.
Couple of weeks. He's got the Raider game circled as a date he would like to come back. And what a great situation that he's in. The Chiefs, he pointed out to me, have been absolutely fantastic to him, not pressuring him to come back. And also because of the play of Damon Huard, this team is now 5-2 with their starting quarterback not playing hardly a lick this year. Only played 2.5 quarters. So it's a great situation for the Chiefs to be in.
Timeout.
Now a timeout is called. Also thanks to our spotters, Jeff Ablin and Bill Connerly, as the Chiefs are ready to win it. This week, log on to NFL.com. Boomer Esiason talks about how Michael Vick, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning are the 3 superstar quarterbacks of the league and why. It's all on NFL.com. The Chiefs jumped on Ram turnovers early, and that was the difference in this game. The Rams turned the ball over 3 times in the first half, and the Chiefs converted those 3 turnovers into 17 points.
And look at that, you know, Damon Huard only throwing for 148 yards, only threw 15 balls today. But look at that quarterback rating, 138 with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Mark Bolger had another great day as well. No interceptions today. Both these guys have gone through half the season with only 1 interception. That's tremendous.
Rams coming with a punt block. Everybody coming. They get it away, though. Boom downfield. Colquitt, and here is McDonald. He's fair catches at the 41, but with 7 seconds left, it's over. End of story here in St. Louis, and the Chiefs come in and take home a 31-17 win and the Governor's Cup.
The all-important Governor's Cup.
Right.
Now, come on, don't minimize that thing. The Battle of Missouri, the Show Me State. Herman Edwards will gladly take that cup home with him on the plane and get the monkey off this Chiefs organization, get the monkey off their back. Their struggles, their documented struggles on the road.
There's the Governor's Cup.
There she is.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty. It really is.
And let Herm Edwards carry it out of the building. Bolger lets a long ball go. He's got too much on it, incomplete, and we're down to 3 seconds to play as he tried to hit Kevin Curtis. So now with this victory today by the Chiefs, here's the updated standings. They go to 5-3. Denver and San Diego coming up in the late games today. The Raiders will play on Monday night. Still, every year this AFC West is a brutal division.
It really is. They beat each other up, and it always comes down to the last couple weeks of the season.
Mark Bulger, one last try. Right on target. A thunderous hit. Knocks a helmet off. That really is an exclamation point on the game. Kevin Curtis makes